Well, good day, everybody. YouTubers, Dozing for Dummies, back on the John Deere, casing it out. Got her over on the farm. Get a little more work done here before we put her to work. And yeah, we're going to be in the final stages, doing a little body work, cleaning up the old paint. Welder ready. We're doing the mock-up of everything that is in the final little stages here. I guess we'll start with the front. We have to put the pressure washer on it, and we've got blade rot. No problem, that was packed full of gravel, so we just pressure washed it, blew it all out, and went over to Alder Steel. Vern and Nico and the boys got a new chunk. We'll just weld this in. Our grater blade, our corner bit's broken there. Try and find that. Talk to the boys at Brant. The boys, idiots, millennials. Talk to them. Well, what is it? I don't know. It's corner bit, buddy. Not 8.5 foot blade, right? 3-hole, right? Well, do you have a sample? Jesus Christ! It's a 66 9.5 foot blade. How many different ones did they make? Well, our book says many. Well, 3-hole, take a guess. Oh, well, anyway. I got another older guy who's been working on these things. He can get them for me, no problem. So we're going to weld that in. Again, we welded in our little corner post. That'll keep the brush out when we're doing the blade for the brush rake. And that's going to rip up all the blackberries, get those rooted right out. Moving on from the front. Okay. We're going to keep the old swing axle, or swing blade arms in for now. But we've picked up, it's actually a hydraulic third link for the tractor series. John Deere wants $700 for that. We got it over at Princess Auto for $169 on sale. Princess Auto, my favorite store in the whole world. And then we're down onto the pin. We got our bushings there. Got a little spacer plate in there. We'll finish trimming that up. Just got to router that out so that the bushings drop right in. So this is going to go, we're going to build a little bracket over top here. Center that right over there so that the pin fits in over the pin. And then the arm, we'll go from there, and we'll build a little bracket right out there, and then that will tilt left and right. It won't give the full swing that we can get on the mechanical arms, but there's enough slop in these arms that we can definitely get 15 degree grade on the blade with the slop in the arms, which is fine. And then, you know, if we're doing a ditch with a 30 degree blade or angle, we can just loosen these up, adjust the manuals, and then head on. Okay, and our next is our cylinder rams. Yes, quite simple, you know. Again, 1966, you know, JFK was in, we were going to the moon, Sputnik was circling the globe. You know, we had the technology. You know, this is pretty much basic physics and engineering. And John Deere comes up with this. You know, morons. How could somebody go to management and say, look, with all our engineering skill, this is our best thought to lifting a blade up and down. Up and down. We need to go up and down, so we're going to put on 10 times the amount of steel that we need, make this stupid bracket in the front, block every access into servicing the engine, just to make the blade goes up and down. Case and Cat and Oliver, you know, they all went with this system. I mean, how simple. Less than half the mechanical force to do a near vertical lift, as opposed to this monkey-ass system. So I can't wait to put the torches to this thing and get this girdle shit out of here. So what we're doing, we're going to reinforce this. We've got this bent up. It'll bolt into the front shroud holes we got in there. Mucked up our diagonal up to our cage we're about to build, the ROPS. So these will go up, follow that, and they're going to connect to about there is where we'll put our clevis brake in, brace, and those will go right down into there. And bolt that in, reinforce that. That'll go up to our new ROPS canopy. We are going to cut this for our main post right there. We'll flush that off, bring a vertical up from here to here, put our bolts directly on front and back on this center. The 3-inch, I think I got 3/8 too. It's heavy shit. That's going to come up. Do a little 22.5 degree up here, go vertical over to here. And then back down. That'll be our main starting frame. We'll get that all in straight and true. And then we'll work from there. This is going to come back out here. Drop down onto here. Now I figured how I'm going to do this. We've just got some angle. I would have liked a little thicker, but this is what Vern had. He did it for 2x3 angle. This is as sticky as he had. We're going to guss it up. Bolt here. Now, we are going, instead of trying to get into these bolts, we're just going to weld it to here. Because if this has to come off, right, this goes to the tank bracket. That just unbolts, and this will be bolted here to the top cage, to the uprights. And if this ever has to come off, you just pull the tank. You know, I'm assuming if it comes off, it's either drastically bent because you've driven off a cliff, or you got to service something. So that's getting bolted there and there, or welded. We've got a cutout for our access there, which is no problem. We already got it a little lined out. Then into the non-filler tube, we'll just cut that out because that's for the final drive release pin in there. It's not a filler tube. Anything that has the dry clutch, which 66 to 69, halfway through 69, they went from the dry clutch to the wet clutch with no indication, and they simply used this hole, which is for the set pin onto the brake or whatever the hell it is. I can't remember right now. That's what this is for. It's not a filler tube for a dry clutch system. So in our previous videos, we realized that if you do accidentally put that in because you can't get any decent information from anybody, that this is a access tube, not a filler tube. Okay. Next, we needed a brake lock because it was gone. So it had the little pin here. So what we did is we got a little piece of tube. 3/8 fits right in. So we just took the grinder, cut that out for the retention. Put this on there like that. I'm going to put a cotter pin and a washer there. That'll keep it from side shifting in and out. And then to lock in, got a piece of flat bar, ground a little tube in there. And now we just have to weld that in. And we've got our little on-off pedal. We can hit with a foot and toe on-off. And that'll throttle back and forth. We'll get the park brake, because this is a bitch without a park brake. That can get you into some very dangerous situations, especially if you're on an angle. I mean, sure, you can always drop your blade if you can dig in. Other than that, without this park brake, you're in a world of hurt. So next, working our way back here, is our bolt that broke off in there. Now, let's see if we can get in here. See this, there is a crack. This thing's, it's hard to see, but she's cracked. You can just see that little, right up down through here. I've been sanding, we're getting ready for paint. So that's actually good. I'll take this bolt out, see if I can break this right off. I'll re-groove it for a deep weld. But that'll get us flush, and I can go in through here, and the bolt that broke off is flush right here. So hopefully we can just put a bolt in there, weld the head on, and back it out, especially when we put the heat to weld it in. That will correct that. We will re-weld, there's the crack. We'll re-weld that crack, fix that up, then that will secure this again. What else are we going? Okay, I don't know if we're jumping a little too fast. Okay, because we're going to be stripping all these stupid hydraulics off. Okay, I'll show you how they... Those are the two main lines. All the way over there to the hydraulic leg trap. Right? So when you're stepping out in an emergency, you can get your legs all fucking caught in there, trip over and kiss some steel and punch your teeth out and get a concussion and kill yourself. Because that's what John Deere likes to do. They like to make sure they have the ability to kill their customers. Who could think up a stupid system like this and take it to management and say, hey boss, look, this is what I learned in university. So that goes in through there. So we're going to strip all that out. Now, we've only got the single action for blade up and down on this. And here's our stupid John Deere setup. Okay, there's our return line out of the tank. Comes up to the return in here, low pressure. And then there's our high pressure right there. Steel tube, that goes down. And that comes out over down into here. So, down to Princess Auto. Again, my favorite store. I don't think I can say that enough. And we picked up the T. So that's going to go there. That'll tee into here. That goes for the backhoe hydraulic main feed in the back. And this is going to come up. And that's going to go into our hydraulic box, 3/4 inch. So that'll feed in here. Now, this stupid system, right, to get in here and work on everything with a wrench, you know, it's just, but oh, wait a sec, John Deere tried not to be stupid, right? They realized that they'd engineered a valve body that was near impossible to service. So what they did, they go, hey, you know, to screw up on bad engineering from the get-go, we'll put in a service door, right? There. Now you have two accesses that are still a bitch to get in and work on. Main hydraulic, that's high pressure in. Okay, your splitter lines, right? That's down to here, off to the right cylinder. And those go off to the left. So, here's our system. You can't really get in there, either from the top or the bottom, with any decent sized wrenches except some stubbies, and actually get in there and do any work. Right? Just a stupid fucking system. So, damn it. Okay. Down to Princess Auto. Again, I love them. Right? Here, what we're going to do. This is getting ripped out. This is eBay used. I think it was $600 fucking dollars. Right? Princess Auto on sale. $220, I think it was. 13 gallon per minute. more than enough, right? Now, if you're going to work on something, isn't it good to work on a table? You know, have the thing out and work on a table? Well, what if we just mounted that right there? Enough room, both sides. 90 out, 90 in. This, because this is in, high pressure in, low pressure out, we just get enough line to come in here, eliminate this steel hard line, go high pressure off, high pressure flexible hydraulic line off the T. That'll come in through here, over to here, and into here on the 90. Now, if we have to service anything, it's out flat, flush on the thing with all the room in the world. And when we're finished with it, we just close it up. You know, I never thought I was a genius until I started working with engineers. Now I'm Mensa material. I'm a fucking engineering fucking genius. All right, so that's what we're going to do there. Okay, so now, instead of putting the hydraulic lines of death through here to feed the outside cylinder, right? And why couldn't you feed it? Why couldn't you feed it out the side and loop it around away from, and look, you know, that's a factory cut. This is how they fucking engineered it, right? So that you could kill yourself, right? Why not take it out the back? Why not take it out the side and run those 90s in a rearward position? No. We're fucking engineers. We're special. We're John Deere engineers. Okay. So what we're going to do here, instead of running it out the front here, again, where you can step and kill yourself, right? These guys ought to be charged with attempted manslaughter at the very least. These holes, we're going to cut a hole in the bottom. We're going to bring them out right down there after we get that all welded up. And we're running 4 lines to the front. 4, 8, 6. 2 for the rams up and down and 1 for the tilt. And we're going to bring them right down here. We've got to trim that up. And we're going to run all 6 lines. Sorry for spinning the camera, guys. And we're going to bring that up right to the front there. Do a 45 upward cut on there to open it. And we're going to case this with 5-inch C-channel. So all the lines are protected. We'll have the corners of the lines go there. We'll put another piece to protect that over here. And these, the lines, are now going to come up. The left side is going to cross over the top plate. Right sides are going to come up. Just like a case. Just like a case. Right? Just like a cat. Right? And the lines go up. They're all tucked in. And now we have our vertical lift. Wonderful. I mean, and it's serviceable. It gets all the lines out of the way. Everything is more protected than they are right now. And half the mechanical and hydraulic strength to lift this up and down. And it's great. We've got all the wiring pretty much redone. I got to get a new transmission temperature gauge. That's the only thing. That light is there for the igniter wire on the alternator. That's your little alternator light on your regular dash on the older GMs and stuff. That's what triggers the charging on the alternator with our wonderful new GM Delco Type 10 alternator that went in there. So that's all done and great. So let's see what else. We're hitting 20 minutes. I want to try and keep her up to 20 minutes here. So yeah, there's that's what's there happening. There's one of the rams for the ripper. We've got our drawbar taken off, cleaned up most of the bolt holes. We've got the backhoe attachment bars are going to go in, no problem, fit right in for that Bobcat backhoe. bring the hydraulic line right here. I'm going to get a chunk of angle iron, make the little brake, brace it for mounting the hydraulic line, so it's you don't need two hands, just, well, you need two hands, but at least the supply line and return line will be mounted solidly right there, so easy connection. We've got the yellow ordered in. We'll pick that up on Tuesday, getting ready for the paint job. And yeah, it's coming along, guys. We're gonna yank the repaint everything, yank off all the hoses and everything, do a nice proper professional job on this. And yeah, she is coming along. So hopefully, we're right in our busiest season right now. Everything's screaming busy. We'll get the ROPS canopy in on the long weekend here. And next video, hopefully we should have the canopy on, new hydraulics working. Oh, yeah, well, we'll hit 25 minutes here. And last but not least, our C-frame beam. Got the new, that's 3/8, no, that's 1/2 inch. More than heavy enough, heavier than that. Okay, so we're going to cut that off there, keep the trunnion block. We'll cut it about here. That should be in front of the trunnion block. We'll open it up there, see how deep the trunnion block is. Now, that's how much this thing is bent. I have no idea what it would take to bend that thick of steel. I mean, we're out 3 inches, which is why the front blade's offset. So we're going to cut that. We got to cut it about here so that we got enough steel. We'll zip that down, get the truck over, winch this blade that way. That will straighten this up, because as you can see, our crossbar is about 2 inches off center. So we got to drag that over into the center. That'll all be aligned again. And we will be very close to having a great thing. Then, once we get all this shit out of here, we'll order in the new rails, bottom rollers. I'm probably going to need some new rams. We're going to, I'm going to try right now. These things they're fucked. They're done. But for the short term, I'm going to try and I'm going to pull a link. We have enough slack here, and as you can see, this guide plate that's supposed to be weld there, we've got gap in here. Sorry, you're upside down. Okay. We got gap in there. We've got to put a new plate in there. We're going to see if we can suck this back. It's right out at max. It can't go any further, and we're already pushing off the front protector block. So that'll be another one. But just keeping you up on this. For the dozer blade, we'll get this all cut out, get the new one put in, straighten that bend, straighten the tracks. Okay, 25 minutes. All right, sorry, a little overtime. Okay, guys, good on you. Dozing for Dummies. I don't know, part 8 or whatever we are at. Anyway, stay tuned, and thanks for watching.